and welcome to an episode of Automation the Car Company Tycoon Game. In this episode, I'm going to be making a UPS van type vehicle. So really quick, let's just rename this. Now we just gotta scroll down to the UPS truck, which is actually quite far down here, and it is a mod, in case you're wondering. There it is. Go with the long one, steel, ladder chassis, steel, front transverse engine. Anyway, so the engines that UPS trucks use, I've heard, is sort of like a 4.3 liter Chevy V8 engine. So why don't we just go here, take the bore up to 4.3, and good, done. I'm not going to get too in-depth with this, but I will get somewhat in-depth with it. I believe it's a direct acting overhead cam engine, I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, cast iron, cast, and more cast. Compression ratio, we're going to have that at about 9.2 because that's what the actual engine is about at. No variable valve timing. Yeah, screw it, make it a little bit modern. No turbos. It does have injection. I'm not sure if it has multi-point injection or single-point injection, but why not throw on some multi-point? I mean, it'll be a better engine. And why don't we just have to run it on premium fuel? 6,000 RPM rev limit. Short cast, I guess. A little bit bigger exhaust. We're definitely going to need that. Three-way catalytic converter, baffled, and then reverse flow so that it's nice and quiet. And this is actually way more horsepower than what the real-life truck has. So in real life, the truck has around 195 horsepower for the older gen engine, which is what I'm going to be doing here, and around 260 pound-feet of torque. So I need to get the torque up and decrease the horsepower a little bit. Can the exhaust be smaller, bigger? What should I do here? Let's go back to the fuel system. Have the fuel mixture a little bit higher. Advance the ignition timing. Now let's go back to here. If I could just decrease the cam profile, because that'll decrease the horsepower, but shouldn't decrease the torque too much. Okay, that looks good. Now I just need to get the torque up by about 10. Okay, simple there. And if you can't tell, my voice is kind of bad right now, but just put that to the side. We are a little bit over on horsepower, just by 5 horsepower, which is... Who's gonna notice 5 horsepower difference? Now let's just listen to the end real quick. Shouldn't sound too incredible because, well, it's a fucking UPS truck. Yeah, that's what you call quiet. So, is there anything I'd like to do to the body? Nah, not really. Next here, rear-wheel drive, automatic gearbox, 5-speed gearbox. This thing says it'll go about 95 miles an hour, but just to get it a little bit okay fuel economy, let's set the top speed to 100. Open differentials, next. Radial, and because this would be owned by a company, hard tires, because who cares about driver comfort or anything like that. Little tiny bit wider tires. Next here. The front, most likely have a vented disc. The rear, either a solid disc or a drum brake. I'm going to go with drum brakes. Make these a little bit bigger. Increase that. No under tray. A little bit less cooling, as little as I can go. And a lot of brake airflow, because you need it. A little bit higher on the quality there. Now, basic interior and no infotainment. Now, just so that it's okay, comfortable over a bump. Gas monotube, and passive. Okay, looks like this thing is actually quite good so it looks like this thing is actually quite good at heavy delivery, and light delivery. It weighs about 6,000 pounds with about 11 miles per gallon. So here is my UPS truck. I'd say not very realistic. Top speed is about 100, and you know me, it's going to the test track. Okay, I'm gonna say right off the bat, I've had cars that would finish by now. This thing is really, really slow. To be expected. So many cars could have done that in like 2 minutes exactly. And this was 2 minutes 58 seconds. Anyway, the load capacity of this thing is 2,600 pounds. Let's go to the suspension and tune it for utility. And then I've tuned it for utility. Let's see here. Yeah, now the load capacity is all the way up to 5,400 pounds. Okay, that seems good. Next, and yeah. So, I do actually kind of like this thing. It's a bit of a different video for me, and this video was kind of very quick. But anyway, hopefully you liked this episode, and goodbye.